Certainty feels calming. Clear answers, strong opinions, simple explanations. In a complex world, certainty offers relief. It reduces tension, it removes doubt, it creates a sense of control. But relief is not the same as truth. Understanding is demanding. It requires patience, nuance, the ability to hold more than one perspective at once. It asks you to stay with questions before answers arrive. Certainty asks for far less. It simplifies. It resolves quickly. It ends discomfort. In modern life, certainty becomes attractive. Not because it is more accurate, but because it feels safer. In the previous episode, we explored why depth feels uncomfortable. This is what often replaces it. When depth feels heavy, the mind looks for stability. Certainty provides that stability by reducing complexity. Understanding keeps things open, certainty closes them, and closure feels like control. Under stress, the mind prefers predictability. When cognitive load is high and emotional capacity is low, uncertainty begins to feel threatening. So the mind narrows. It looks for something solid, something clear, something final. Certainty provides emotional relief, identity reinforcement, reduced mental effort. It is not chosen because it is more accurate, but because it stabilizes. Certainty is often mistaken for confidence, but psychologically, it is often protection. It protects against confusion, doubt, vulnerability, internal conflict. When the system feels overwhelmed, certainty creates order. Even if that order is incomplete, understanding requires openness. It asks you to question your assumptions, revise your beliefs, sit with incomplete answers. This can feel destabilizing, especially in environments already filled with uncertainty. So the mind resists. Understanding does not promise relief. Certainty does. Modern environments reward certainty. Clear opinions spread faster. Simple narratives travel further. Confidence is often mistaken for clarity. So people adapt. They learn that being certain is more visible, more accepted, more rewarded. Over time, this doesn't just shape communication. It shapes thinking. Here's the distinction most people miss. Certainty feels safe because it ends the conversation. Understanding feels unsafe because it keeps it open. When certainty replaces understanding, curiosity declines, empathy weakens, learning slows, polarization increases. People stop asking, "How did you arrive here?" and focus instead on, "Why are you wrong?" This is not moral failure. It is cognitive self-protection. Certainty often becomes tied to identity. Beliefs stop being ideas and start becoming who someone is. At that point, questioning a belief feels personal. Understanding requires flexibility. Identity-based certainty resists it. This is why conversations stall, not because people refuse to listen, but because listening feels destabilizing. Psychological wellness depends on flexibility, the ability to update beliefs, tolerate uncertainty, stay open without losing balance. Rigid certainty may feel stable in the moment, but over time, it limits growth. Wellness is not having all the answers. It is being able to live with questions without losing stability. Understanding is not indecision. It is grounded openness. It allows provisional conclusions, evolving perspectives, curiosity without threat. It doesn't reject certainty. It simply doesn't confuse it with truth. At this stage in the series, something shifts, from identifying patterns to choosing how to respond to them. Recognizing the pull towards certainty creates awareness. You begin to notice when you're seeking clarity and when you're seeking relief. That distinction restores choice. As certainty becomes a refuge, something else begins to fade. Connection to internal signals, intuition, values, meaning. External answers replace internal awareness, and this leads to the next pattern. Why so many people feel disconnected from themselves. If this reflection resonated, pause before moving on. If you value thoughtful, long-form explorations of wellness, psychology, and human behavior, consider liking this video so others can find it. Subscribe for more grounded reflections designed to support clarity and conscious living. And share below. Where does certainty feel comforting in your own life?